All right, so Math was on Star's podcast like you were, right? But Math defended his actions, saying he doesn't care how anyone feels about it. A lot of people felt like he was supposed to check Joe, but when he said what he did, he just laughed instead. What did you think about him laughing instead of saying something to Joe?
I felt like he showed you what side he taking and how he feels about real situations of how he felt about the FBA, the Foundation of Black Americans. It felt like, it was above them, bigger than those, so they can say whatever they feel. And it's funny because that's his man's. And you know what I'm saying? That's his man's, and he probably shared the same feelings, you know what I'm saying, that Joe was saying. Because he probably went through something with the same group. I don't know. I'm saying that laughter wasn't the top choice there to do. You know what I'm saying? And now you're trying to retract it and say, in a way, apologize and try to give, how you sum up hip hop, the unity and the who invented hip hop. You try to talk in a different tone now because you got checked. You got checked, and you only got checked because the business affected your business. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really like naturally that came out of you said that. You know what I'm saying? And these are people that they praise their money. These are people that worship their money. And as long as, they getting that bread, they couldn't keep two shits about how the hip hop community feels. It's what's moving the needle. And they are part of that moves the needle. So they feel entitled now to say whatever they want. And they could voice, their agenda they could inject it into the system. And even if it's rewriting history, they think that they got the power to do that because people made them feel that way. The money made them feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And instead of being humble and really being gatekeepers, responsible gatekeepers, and being knowledgeable of there's people that feel that way, and really, invite them in a positive way or disagreeing with them in a respectful way. They choose this manner to show the viewers or new viewers of how hip hop is being really the people that we put that are in positions that we give a voice to, how they're manipulating the voice that they got to make fun of our culture. And that's how I take it. That's how deep I take it. I'm very forgiving for somebody if they did something wrong, if they got the right explanation, and you don't, because you can see right through these people. They're on camera, guys. You could see this. It's not like before they hide behind the scene and they could issue an apology with a statement that somebody else wrote. But, they doing this in front of us, and we see the sincerity of them. You see the realness. You see the background of it. You see the first reaction, how they did it. Do it matches the apology? And it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about a dollar sign you could pay for me to accept you again. All I'm asking for you is a free piece of your heart to make me believe that you didn't really feel that way about that. Because I believe people make mistakes. But these two guys, like Math got a history of doing stupid shit. Stalking people while he rapping, breaking the rules, being a knucklehead, the thug dude, just create crazy kids and end up coming back and apologizing. Nah, this is a serious topic because it deals with the foundation of this culture we're in. So I think a little more respect. That's what it is. The lack of respect was really that red button came on to the fans of hip hop, and rightly so.
So I want to shout out Star, because Star is always showing love to you, to me. Star's a good dude, man. Show. Yeah, but he didn't want you to talk about Math too much on his podcast because he's trying to smooth things over between you and Math. He wants you to get on Math's podcast. What do you think is the odds of that happening?
Listen, like I said, I'm a dude that you can have a conversation with, man. Once I know you don't got an agenda to help my enemy look right or set me up for me to fail, because I know the tricks that we play. And Star, like I said, being neutral sometimes hurt the overall goal. You know what I'm saying? And like by putting things like that together, I can't trust Math to the point that I know he got respect for my craft and he got respect for the story I went through. He knows that I'm telling the truth instead of, promoting the fact that I'm a type of dude with a character that's able to lie to get some views. Because that's why he said after Nori, when Nori made that statement, he can never interview Cuban Link because of his relationship with Fat Joe, which is known. It's known. He said it. I even thanked him for it. I didn't even get mad at Nori. But we already know when you do take a thing like that, your whole scheme of things again towards Cuban Link is to make sure you throw some back, assassinate his character, don't bring his name up, talk about negative, stop his business, don't let him get relationships with guys you got relationships with. That comes with all of that. So what do you think you're doing in Cuban Link, even though you're saying, I got a problem with Cuban Link? That's what you're doing in Cuban Link. And you know this if you're a businessman. So they're cool with that. So that equals down to being my enemy. You're against me. Stop trying. The only reason you're not doing it, because it might not be personal, because we did have a relationship and you got love from me in a personal way. We shared some good times and you got no problems with me, really. The only problem is Joe. So I thank Nori on that note for exposing that, even though he thought he'd be a good friend. This is how dumb motherfuckers always trip over themselves. But I appreciated the fact he put it out there. You know what I'm saying? To planted that seed. And then when he planted that seed, you see immediately how Matt followed it. And he had to now go there, because who's being the puppet master of this assassination of my character for no reason? Now Matt had to get on and say, sure, I always respect what Cuban and Pun did. They were dope. You know what I'm saying? But I have to think again. You have to think again to have a guy like that on his platform. You know what I'm saying? Because he might just say an outlandish story and made up, and you know what I'm saying, it had no merit to it. And you might get a couple of 100,000 views, but you know what I'm saying? Is the integrity really worth it? How are you going to say that about me when it's actually the opposite? You should take everything that I say for real, and as real as I say it, because I lived it, I went through it. It's been documented, but nobody wants to speak on it, right? But you see the agenda of everybody slowly, going, smelling Joe nuts for some reason. I'm telling you the truth. I'm exposing it right here because I'm telling you how it ran. I just didn't know the depth of it, or how low can they stoop to stand up for a guy like that when he's taking us in the direction in which he's taking us in, and he's buying people off of money, which only shows the worth you have. The worth, these people that we're making gatekeepers and making them famous and popular, look who we're making famous. So you think they're going to do when they get to that famous and rich spot? They're going to do the same thing they follow the leader to. They're going to do what Joe did and going to follow that because they could be bought. They got a price tag too. So if you believe that you can honor and idolize a guy with a price tag instead of somebody that got no money to gain and telling you the truth, just because you want to share the story and really doesn't want the future generation of artists or, to alert the people of these type of devils live around our world that we in, that, and, I'm identifying certain things of how wrong things went down because it's a real story. And not just me, involving somebody you really care about. A brother that I came in to the hip hop with, that was Puerto Rican, and I'm Cuban. And we met each other 1,000 miles away. It was destiny for me and that brother. We touched that pen and that mic. That the black culture was so, so willing and giving to us to let us in and represent and accept us, to the guy that they barely accepted and takes advantage of it, that we trusted him to just do his job because we was paying him, do his job and guide us through the business roads and protect us, because protecting us is protecting himself, and give him money, make him money without talent. And then for that guy to turn that around after my brother died, the guy who put him on, turn it around on me. I know I've been loyal, and from the streets to the mic, and wanted the best for him, and had nothing but a business disputes with him. For him to set it up the way he set it up, that's not respected by a real nigga. Underhanded, backstabbing, those qualities, and then go around and then use the truth of others' pain and struggle and demean it, and then buy people off so they can side with them, and people actually react to it and do it, and then just talk about the next guy that they know nothing about or never interviewed, and earn the guy who earned the podium at least to be interviewed because he got a history. I know he would think I'm not lying. That's the problem. My truth is so powerful that I've been shunned away and I've been casted away because of that by the hierarchies, because he's been having an influence, throughout all the years, from DJs to podcasts, to business, uh, owners, you know what I'm saying? So this is the thing he's been done. And this is the guy now. He had to trip over himself, really, and say who he really is, really, and show who he really is by a couple of words for y'all to really put the magnifying glass on him. And that's okay with me. That's okay with me, because I know they're going to trip one day. I just ask y'all to be here to watch it. And listen, at the end of the day, it's about talent. I'm talking about the talent that I put out, talent I was, like the credit that I know I put in, the work and everything I gave. I gave up my family, the time spending with my family, seeing my son, grow up, instead, being in those, y'all already know how the game is. It's 24/7. So that time that I put away, it didn't amount, if anything, it was a money number to it. Of course, there was a money number to it that I got jerked by. But then my voice to be really silenced because of a lie or a shame, an embarrassment that the other guy has, and he could buy the buying up the next people in those kind of levels of this section of hip hop of the business side, and manipulate them like that. And they give him the power to is even more disrespectful, because he wasn't working alone. I know me and him me and him had a problem, but then he's involving other people by shutting down my truth. And the people went along with it. It's even worse. So that little mistake where he tripped over and he said those wrong things about the FBA. Yeah. Sometimes you got to trip once to never stop falling. So, you know what I'm saying? It's only karma. I didn't start it off.